Welcome to day 11 of our 12 Days of Christmas in July series here at Polly's Paper Studio. You have shown an interest in techniques, so I thought I would share with you how I add pattern and texture to Kraft paper using a stencil, and then we're going to layer it into this sweet little holiday tag, and this is good for gifts or for labeling a treat or adding to your tree. So let's make this tag together. This is just your basic Kraft cardstock, and I've added just a tad of some double-sided adhesive so that I can keep it in place. I want to line it up there and keep it where I can use the lines for the paper as a registration mark, because I want to have that stenciling end before I add my patterned paper. So I'm using this stencil from Bo Bunny, and it's a stickable stencil. I do not know what kind of sorcery is involved that keeps it sticky, but I've washed this many times, and when it dries it just is sticky again. So I'm going to just center that and place it down. For my stencil paste, I'm using the Aleene's Glitter Snow. I don't have a lot of luck with regular stencil paste because I don't stencil very often, and I find that it does dry out and is not a workable consistency, but this will stay sort of in a fluidy sort of kind of frosting consistency. So even after a year, it is still going to be very workable, and you get a lot in this container. I got mine from Amazon. It's a really good value because it lasts and you're not throwing it away. Use a tool to apply this over your stencil. This happens to be a Cricut matte scraper, and you could use a credit card or any kind of, if you have like a silicone paintbrush, that would be great. I have one, but mine is too wide to fit through that opening. You want to make sure as you're working along that you have covered all of that pattern, and then remove the excess so that you're not leaving large lumpy bits on top. Make sure to close this right away and wash your stencil. I'm going to just put mine in a little bucket full of water, and that will keep it from drying out. Now you can see what we've got is a really lovely crisp edge to that. It is going to be drying quickly so that I can move on. And if you want to, while it's still wet, you can shake a little glitter on it and it will stick. I'm not going to do that for today's project because I'm adding a lot of layers, and sometimes gluing onto glitter is a bit of a challenge. So I'm using the Aleene's Glitter Snow in place of regular stencil paste. So I have prepared one already so we can continue to work. And I've added it to some double-sided adhesive tape, and also added a bit of adhesive for the bottom of the tag so that I can add this pattern paper, and then I'll clip it out. So you guys have been very interested in following a series. We're planning on the flower series. A couple of questions have come up. Are we going to do the 12 days of Halloween? Yes. Are we going to continue to have Christmas videos throughout July, even though the 12 days of Christmas will be over after tomorrow? Yes. Am I doing the 12 days of fall? Probably not, and only because I'm generally planning Christmas kits and digital collage sheets. So I will do fall projects. I do enjoy them, and I will bring videos to you with that theme, but it will likely not be a series. So I'm going to attach this now to the tag. You'll see that I have already finished both of the front and back. I chose pattern papers from my scrap bin. Here is the bin where I store all of the Christmas scrap. And when I say scrap, I don't mean it's, you know, little bitty pieces. What I do is when I've worked with a collection and I have a piece that I've cut into, I will cut it into 6x6 pieces if I can, and then also the A2 size, so that I will be ready with pattern papers. I can just flip through here very quickly. I wouldn't do that for current collections or design team supplies that I need to keep together for assignments, but these are all previous collections, and I think it just makes it very easy to have a stash of holiday patterns to work with. I have done this for all of my pattern papers, and I just find that I use it up a lot faster that way, rather than having to dig through the sleeves with the collections in them. And then I also have one for Halloween. So that is a good way to store these in a usable way so that you're not letting them get wasted. So here's the tag again. And I'm going to add this cute little doily. I know that it is a larger doily than what you would expect, but if I angle it further down here, you're still going to see that texture pattern. And then I'm going to top it off with this sweet little guy, snowman die cut. And also this holly image. I put a little bit of double-sided adhesive just so that I could tack it in place temporarily while I find this is twine that has been waxed, and I'm going to just attach it using my tiny attacher, because now you can hang it on a gift or make it a label for a treat or put it on your tree. So that finishes the top. I've got some twine here, and I'm going to wrap it around the tag bottom and tie it so that I can make myself a sweet little bow. Sometimes the little bows are harder to tie than big ones. And I'm gonna remove the tails so that it doesn't stick out over the edge. So here is a handmade flower that I cut with Cheery Lynn dies, and then I shaped it with the flower tools and added pearls for the center. And also I have some of these mulberry wild orchid craft leaves from Really Reasonable Ribbon. I know they're not holly like on the top, but if you sort of position them, it will give the look of holly. And I think that will be perfect right here. And then I'm going to top it with this little flower. Before I get all the way done, I want to add some stickles, just a little to his hat. This is diamond stickles, and I'm going to put it on his hat and then a little bit on his scarf. So that will be all for our 11th day of Christmas in July, and we did a fun stenciling technique to add pattern and texture to the back of this card. So make sure you stop back tomorrow for day 12, and that will be wrapping up our 12 days of Christmas in July series. So if you enjoyed this project, give me a like, leave me a comment, and if you're not already, I would love for you to subscribe. As always, I'm wishing you a happy and productive day, and I thank you so much for watching. Bye.